how would you advise someone to allocate their resources between creating owned content on their web properties versus generating social media content versus trying to do paid search? And we'll just keep it in like the digital world right now. So let's
Right.
just assume that billboards and magazines and in-store promos is another budget. We're just
Okay.
talking about your online presence. How would you slice that pie up if you're starting from, day one?
So the number one marketing channel that you should definitely explore as a business with no existing online marketing strategy is definitely SEO. That would be where the majority of my money would go. I would say about 50 to 60% of my budget would go towards SEO. And as we know, anyone who's doing SEO knows that SEO can get really expensive. But the good thing about SEO is the more money you pay, the better your results are typically. Whereas for social media and other channels, it's not always the case. It may be the case where you're paying someone like myself a little bit extra money than you would pay someone to work as a social media marketer in your company, but I'm producing a lot more content. And the content that I am producing is very tailored towards you and your brand and your audience and the product or service that you're selling. So the number one thing I would do is definitely SEO. From there, I would kind of expand it into two parts. I would do blogs and I would do email marketing. And then the blogs would definitely tie into the SEO. The email marketing would tie into the blogs. And the SEO would drive the traffic to your website in the first place for people to read the blog or to sign up for your mailing list. Once you've established that sort of foundation, I would explore social media marketing as an option. Unfortunately for cannabis brands, you can't do paid ads unless you're doing programmatic paid ads. So that's where Media Gel would come in and sort of set that channel up for the cannabis brand. But if the budget is not that big, I would dedicate a smaller portion of it to outsourcing a social media content creator, because as we know, this world is right now centered around video. And if you're if you're a cannabis brand who's not creating video content, but you're selling a product, direct to consumer product, it's going to be really difficult for you to make those sales. You could have the SEO, you could have the web traffic, you could have the blogs and the email marketing, but if there's no content for people to consume and absorb and physically see the product being either, on display or in a photo shoot or, lifestyle content or at an event pop-up and that sort of thing, then it just becomes difficult for you to establish trust with the potential customer. So starting from scratch, it would be SEO, then it would be blogs and emails, and then it would be social media. If you've got those three up and running, that's when and you still have more budget left over, that's when I would explore programmatic ads as well. I'm not sure if you guys integrate SEO and programmatic ads. If that's the case, then I would do both of those at once. And I would disregard social media content until I see how effective the SEO and programmatic ads are. And if they are really effective and there's no need to be creating social media content, then you don't have to. And I always tell people this too, when they call me and they say, we just launched our website, we need social media marketing. I tell them, no, you don't, because you're going to be mad at me if you pay me a lot of money and you don't get the results that you want. So I don't even want you to do that. I don't want you to waste your money. And I don't want to get your hopes up, thinking that the content I'm creating is going to help you drive sales, because it may not, because you don't have the foundation set up, which is the SEO. Because if someone Googles you, or if they're, browsing on a website where there's ads, pop-ups and that sort of thing, and a different competitor is popping up, that's where they're going to go. So it would definitely be in that order: SEO, email, blogs, social media, and then you could explore, the channels in terms of which social media channels you want to use.